All right, what's up, everyone? So we're live here, and this is the second episode of Fresh Coast Radio. And this is all about connecting different artists across BC and eventually across the world. And this way the artist gets to share a bit about their history, their connections, and hopefully it's like to make more connections with artists and other people want to collaborate and stuff like this. So we're privileged to have our guest today from originally from Gabriola Island, but now in Coombs is Billy Suede. And what's up, Billy?
What up? Nice to be here.
Yeah. And so we're going to start off by asking him a few questions, and then we're going to get into a couple of his tracks there. So to start off, how long you been making music for?
Well, it's been just over 15 years now. Kind of started back in around 2005, maybe 2004, like writing the odd verse. Just kind of not really seriously, just kind of because I liked hip hop and things would come to me. And then there's actually one of my good buddies at the time, Evan, who we kind of got a little bit of shitty equipment together and decided, hey, let's try doing it. And after that happened, I just kind of got hooked on the whole thing, and I've been into it ever since. I'm always writing verses and kicking freestyles and stuff like that.
Nice. Is there like others MCs and stuff around where you are in Coombs or on Gabriola?
I've only been in Coombs for about like a year and a half or something, so, and I'm mainly working quite a bit these days, so I don't really know any MCs per se right around here. But where I grew up on Gabriola, there was quite a few at a time back in the day, back when I was sort of in my late teens, early 20s. Some of the local acts were like the Sound Shapers, the Beat Shiners, which was me and some friends of mine, Illy and Billy, which was me and another friend of mine. There's the Audio Addicts, the Champions. There was quite a few sort of local Gabriola Island MCs that had little groups at times. That nothing ever really came of it. They ran their course pretty quick, but still it was kind of set the momentum for quite a while there. I actually put out a couple albums in my younger days and had quite a few shows. And yeah.
Right on, that's dope. And how big is the community on Gabriola Island? Like how many people are in?
It's about 4,000 year round, and in the summertime a lot of people say it doubles, some people say it even can triple. So there's quite a lot of influx of people with summer homes and tourists and stuff like that. So it's kind of a cool place to grow up in that way. Pretty dead, pretty quiet in the winter, which is a little bit tough at times as a young person, but it was kind of like night and day in the summertime. It was always good times. And yeah.
No doubt. It's the same on Denman, where I'm from, in Hornby Island party always. Do you guys have a nice beach?
A lot of good things about Hornby.
Yeah, for sure. What about like performing? Did you guys ever have an open mic or anything there in Gabriola too?
Yeah, there was the odd thing. I mean, there's a lot of freestyling at parties. We used to have little shows. There was a place called the Aggie Hall. We had quite a few shows there, although it wasn't very good. It was actually, to be honest, the acoustics in there were horrible for shows. So we kind of branched out. We did some sort of live open air shows at one of the beaches over there. I believe we actually opened for Sweatshop Union back in the day at one of those shows. It was sort of like a Gabriola festival at the time, and they had a bunch of acts lined up. So
nice.
And there was another place at the other end of the island called the Community Hall, which was a lot more better set up for performing and music and stuff like that. So I actually did a couple performances there myself.
Right.
There was back in the day. It kind of was building up till about 2012, and after that, I kind of went through some harder stretches in my own life and kind of fell off for a while. Still writing verses, but not putting in the same momentum and same enthusiasm as I was for a while. So kind of fell off, I guess you could say, for a bit. But in the years since then, I've been back into it and feel like it's something I'll always be pursuing in some way or another.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's like part of your heart, your passion, right? I think that's the main thing, is like it's something you enjoy doing, right? More than anything. Yeah,
that's the thing. Like I've never been able to really think about the money side of it, sort of thing. I'm always just into doing it, and you know what I mean? I just love doing it. So that's where I'm coming from.
I don't think it really matters that much the money or how many people listen or whatever. It's just like, even if you have a handful of people that actually listen and enjoy your music, then it's worthwhile, right?
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I think for the longest time, like over the years, I never really cared at all about that. I did it because I loved it, right? And as I'm getting older, though, I'm realizing, like, why not try and not cater to people, but at least make music that people could appreciate, right? Because you put a lot of time and effort into it, and so I do think about that a little more in more recent years. But I always sort of follow my heart first and foremost, and make sure it's something I'm happy with.
Yeah, nice. Yeah. Instagram's pretty good platform for connecting with fans and artists.
I've been surprised at how many like beat makers and producers and people like that are on there that I've connected with, and as well as fans and artists and stuff like that too. But it's definitely a good platform. You wouldn't really necessarily think that, being sort of a image photo sharing program, but it's actually pretty well set up for musicians as well.
Yeah, no doubt. So who are some of your biggest influences growing up?
Oh God, I actually wrote down some stuff here because I got so many I could name. I guess like when I was a kid growing up, I grew up in sort of a hippie household, over on Gabriola Island and stuff. So I listened to all the old classics like the Beatles, the Traveling Wilburys, and CCR. Right. So I sort of have that from my early age. So a lot of the old classic rock and sort of psychedelic rock, and once I got into my, just before I was a teenager, got quite into hip hop, and as a teenager growing up. So back then it was like Swollen Members, Dilated Peoples, The Mystic Journeyman, Living Legends, Alcoholic, Necro and Ill Bill, Nonfiction, Hieroglyphics. I had a large. Once I got into it, you just kind of discover more people as you go. Oh, who's this person they got featured on this track? And then you check those people out. And so it was kind of a really exciting time for me growing up in my young teens and into my later teens, because I discovered so much music, at least in the hip hop genre during that time, that really set the pace for, it was very inspiring for me and kind of set the pace for my life at times too, and helped me get through stuff. And so
nice. I'm totally the same way with the Legends. When I found out about them, I became a huge fan. With the Grouch, mostly. I was going through some hard times too, and Grouch helped me with a lot of his tracks, like positive.
Yeah, he's really great.
So are you working on like an album lately, or is there any projects you're working on coming up that you can tell people about?
I'd like to be working on an album. I guess I was really into making albums, like I said, years ago, but I was sort of forced to kind of do it all myself. I'd make the artwork, I'd put together the tracks, and that's not necessarily my forte. Like I want to MC, I want to make the music. I'm not really a beat maker per se, and doing all the promotion and all the other work was kind of tedious. So I've sort of fallen off from that, I guess. I'd like to put out another album, but I kind of want to do it right. And I feel like to do it right, I need to like actually put some money into it and get it done kind of professionally. So I've sort of focused more on just trying to get my name out there a little bit more. I've been doing, like you said, a lot of Instagram posts, and also posting that to YouTube, seeing if I can get my YouTube channel going a little bit. And and also I've been trying to really build up connections, because I kind of, like I said, fell out of the whole hip hop scene for a few years. So I'm trying to sort of reestablish old connections I had with buddies of mine, and also source new ones. And whether it's, producers or beat makers or other MCs to collab with, or people like you that have shows like this to get exposure. So I'm sort of been exploring options, I guess. And I'd really like to put out another album. I've got tons of material. I could definitely do one up, no problem. But I want to do it right. So.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I know some good connections for mixing and mastering that give pretty good deals if you need anybody.
Excellent. I definitely will when I get to that point, for sure.
Oh, cool.
Sure.
And so you're open to working with new artists out there? If there's any like MCs or producers that watch this video, are you looking to work with new people?
Oh, definitely. I need that. I need like I say, a lot of it's just me on my own steam. So I'm trying to branch out and connect with more people. And yeah, I'd totally be open to that.
All right, dope. So if someone wants to connect with you on Instagram, what's your address on Instagram?
The Instagram address is Bill Suede, BILLSUEDE, and that's the easiest way to find me on Instagram.
Oh,
I've also got links for YouTube and SoundCloud. I don't know if there's a way. It might be a little difficult to spell them out on here. I don't know if there's a way you could post them maybe in the description after or something like that.
yeah, I got a bunch already, but I can put your YouTube too. I didn't put that one yet in the description box. So, all right. And another question was, what are you listening to lately? Like now?
Lately, I've been pretty hooked on this guy called Decca. It's funny, I don't know how I didn't been sleeping on him. He's been around for since the early 2000s at least, and I've been listening to hip hop since then. And I only discovered the guy last summer, but he's basically quickly rose to my top favorite MC. My top three currently would be Decca, number one, and the Palmer Squares are in a close for second. And,
All right, I haven't heard either of those
oh,
guys.
really?
I'll have to
You
check them out.
They're
Yeah,
from
yeah.
Chicago, young
All
duo.
right.
And
Cool.
Atmosphere comes in at number three, so I've been listening to a lot of them in recent times. And
Nice, yeah.
also a bit of other genres too. I don't know if people are familiar with Sticky Fingers in the hip hop scene, but they're kind of reminiscent, I guess, of Sublime in the sense that they sort of cross a lot of genres and blend them together. But they're a
Nice,
group from
cool.
Australia, so they kind of have like a hip hoppy, reggae, rock sort of mixed genre vibe. So I've been vibing with that quite a bit, and yeah, that's
Cool,
been quite.
cool.
That's been for the most part lately.
You listen like in your car driving back from work or on your headphones, or how do you
Both,
usually
yeah,
listen? Yeah, yeah.
yeah, definitely a lot in the car, and I've got a little like one of those JBL flip Bluetooth speakers, so I use that at home sometimes, or my headphones. I
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
like mixing it up. It's nice to get the different feel. You get a different feel with headphones, like when you're listening to music, and I find anyways, than when you're listening to it on speakers. So it's kind of nice
Yeah,
to have both sometimes.
for sure. Yeah, yeah. I don't have a ton of time either, so I always look forward to driving home from work because I can listen to my
Yeah,
favorite
yeah, you can turn
tracks.
it up nice and loud, and
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so I think we should jump into your first song there to give everybody a little bit of an experience of your music, and then we'll jump back in and you can explain a little bit about the song. So,
That sounds really good. Yeah, let's do it.
okay, I'll just turn us off here, and then I'm just going to share my screen on my PC. Hey man, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
So I had a little glitch in my computer there, but I hope it said it kept streaming. Did you notice at all that it glitched when I was playing the song?
I didn't hear the song at all, actually. I thought you were having trouble getting it going.
Oh shoot. Well, I hope it worked for everybody else there. I think it did. I'm pretty sure it did, but we'll see, I
Okay.
guess, once we watch the replay after.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
yeah, you want to talk a little bit about that song, like what you were going through when you wrote
Yeah,
it
I
and
believe that
recorded
was
it?
First to Arise, was it called there that you just played?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was my father actually passed away in 2014, sort of unexpectedly. And basically, he was fine one day and he was gone the next. And he was down in Guatemala at the time, so I hadn't seen him for months either. So
Oh,
it
sorry
kind
for that.
of I was also going through some sort of I was kind of not doing so well in my life at the time. I was making some bad choices and up to no good. So it kind of hit me pretty hard. So by the time I recorded that track in sort of early or mid 2016, I was on a lot better track and doing a lot better, and I sort of got really inspired when I heard that beat, and it all just kind of came to me, and I kind of wrote it with a lot of thought of my father in the background. There's actually a blurb where I mentioned something, rest in peace, sort of shout out to him and that. So that was a big influence in that track, the main one that's coming to mind anyway. But
I heard
that was
that.
one of those things where a lot of times I hear certain instrumentals will just trigger me, and like that whole song just came to me, in one sitting, sort of thing. Just all came out,
Word.
the chorus, the hook, everything. So
Yeah, it was dope. I really liked it. Actually, I'm just going to copy and paste it in the chat there, and then anybody who wants to listen to it can just click the link there. One sec
perfect.
here.
Yeah. Yeah, I also sent some links to my YouTube and my SoundCloud in there as well. So
All right.
anybody wants to check that out, they should be able to find it in the chat.
One sec. Here is the track. Yeah, because Hugh Green from YouTube is just, yeah, he said it was silenced too. So I guess nobody could hear it when I played it. Something happened there. And
Okay.
Cody Wolfie is asking, you got a question, Cody? Or we can answer some questions at the end of the interview if anybody's got more questions.
Yeah.
So the next question then is, what are your thoughts on hip hop right now? What's going on? You have any opinion on it?
Well, my opinion in terms of mainstream hip hop, or sort of, whatever you want to call it, I'm sort of totally out of the loop on that. I've always followed more of the underground scene, and I've never really gotten into like I don't mind some of the beats, and I'm not trying to be a hater, but I just never personally really gravitated towards like the drill rap style or any of the new sort of styles. So I'm sort of coming at it. I like the boom bap beats and sort of more beats with a lot of layers, a lot of depth to them. And I like to speak. I'm quite wordy, quite lyrical, I guess, with my styles, and I always have a lot to say, I feel. So I'm
Yeah,
sort
you're
of coming
pretty
at it
poetic.
from that style. And in terms of that, I've actually been quite impressed. Like that Decca fellow, he's put out a new album just at the end of last year. Same with the Visionaries and a few others that I really like in sort of the more underground scene. And so, yeah, on that level, I'm quite impressed with it. And I feel like it's far from dead, like some people say.
Yeah, I
And
think yeah. I think because of COVID, lots of people are kind of like they can't go out that much, so they're making music again at home and or
yeah,
collaborating and stuff with people, and then so
yeah. One other thing I'll say on that too is I kind of find like a lot of again, it's sometimes hard for me to speak on this because I'm not trying to say that I like feel a certain strong way or I'm hating on anybody or judging or anything, but I noticed that a lot of the underground cats that got really big, they kind of became more of like I don't want to call it the mainstream underground, but sort of the more successful underground cats. And some of them I've found, I don't necessarily follow or feel their styles quite as much anymore once they really got that claim to fame, but I still
yeah.
love stuff in comparison. So I find it's kind of a complex question when people ask me how I feel about hip hop. I feel there's a lot of different angles to it, and I just sort of focus on the angles I like. I think to each their own, right? So everybody gets in where they can fit in, and I'm doing the same. So
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah. I really like the classic Mystic Journeyman, that stuff. It has a lot of like soul and heart when they first started making music.
totally. And some of their instrumentals and stuff are just, you don't hear stuff like that every day. So
Yeah, no doubt. Hey, do you have a beat you could play like on your PC in the room that you're in to like do a live freestyle or something like that? Is that possible?
I'm not really set up to play a beat at this moment. I don't know where I kind of it's kind of a long story, but I ended up with my mother's computer, and she has my computer, so I don't have a lot of my files here and stuff like that. They're all over there on Gabriola with her. I'm up in Coombs now on Vancouver Island, so but I can certainly do it. I know a verse I could do a cappella for you guys if you want.
Yeah, because there's something going on with playing from my PC, I guess. So if you could do that, that would be dope for everyone watching.
Yeah, let me just have a little drink of water here, and give me a sec. I had one in mind I was thinking of earlier, so we'll go for that. Been down for so long, overstayed my welcome. The pain I felt from all the self-doubt, it wasn't helping. Once I figured out how to dig up and out of this pit of woes, seeing now, it was pitiful. I'm out for that cream filling profiteroles. Life is but a dream. Miserable is a state of being. I'm not staying in, rearranging the mind frame again. I'm taking aim, taking names, making claims. You bet I back them up while most lacking the go for gusto. So robusto when I bust flow like leaky pipes. Speaking nice, heating mics, heed the advice or pay the price isn't right. Such is life, clutch it tight, take a hold, break the mold. Worth its weight in gold, heavy load, going ready, steady, ever ready. The energizer like bunny hopping out of that magic hat. The mad hatter of fucking rap, so fuck with that. I clutch a pad plus a dabber with shatter upon the tip. Bong rips, no one twisting on batter spliffs, so call me no Bruce Willis, Von Chronique. In the booth spilling strong technique, raw and free, hot with heat. He brought that cream of the crop, that top notch, top shelf. That's how I rock sound. So don't drop down when you see Billy Suede walking around town, wound up from the underground up. That's how you found
Word, nice. That's sick, man. You had a line in there about plumbing too, I heard.
Yeah, I had to throw that one in, man.
Yeah, word, dope. And you got a few freestyles on your Instagram too, I heard.
I was kind of never really got super into freestyling for years and years. And I was talking to one of my buddies last year, and he made some comment about freestyling and then just how he felt about it and how critical it was. And it really hit me. So I really got into it for a while there. There was a few months there I was freestyling like crazy. I was recording lots at home. I was recording them. I have a thing that holds my phone in my car, and it's actually at the perfect angle where it looks at me. So I just turn that on and fucking go at it while I was driving home. And
nice,
so it really, I think it helped me a lot. Like in that time, it kind of helped me branch out even more with my styles. And because I feel like I've always been quite good with the writtens. I've been doing that my whole life, but I sort of needed that little push to get into the freestyling and kind of break the ice, find myself. So. Yeah.
No doubt, yeah. Not every artist can freestyle. So one who does, people like it, right? Because
I find it takes me a little bit to get warmed up sometimes, but the main thing was just being sort of nervous about fucking up for years and years in my life, and it kind of away from jumping in sometimes, unless I was like a little drunk maybe or something. But in recent years, I've got the confidence up. I'm speaking my truth. I kind of went through a lot of intense events and stuff in my life and realized that I was holding back and not really speaking up, speaking my truth, catering to other people. So I've sort of dropped that since 2022, and it's sort of influenced my music a lot too. In that way, I'm a little more outspoken and doing the freestyles and just sort of, doing me.
Yeah, that's good. It's good when you have like powerful opinions in your music against things maybe you want to speak on in life. I think people really feel that too, for sure.
Yeah, people either feel it or if they don't, either way, that you're pushing buttons and you're making some sort of what you're saying holds some sort of validity or power.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
So Sean Cothran just said freestyles make you free for sure. That's HEMANIFEZT. He was on our last show we did, and he does tons of freestyles too. He's a cool dude. If you guys wanted to connect to do a track too, I think he's pretty open the ideal as well.
I'd totally be open to that. I totally would.
Cool. All right. So maybe we'll try once more on one of your Instagram tracks, and hopefully it works this time. And
I got that one with SoundCloud, so maybe the Instagram will work. We can hope.
Yeah. Maybe I'll just play a bit of it and then pause it and come back, and you tell me if you can hear it instead of going through the whole song silence, right?
Yeah,
just
that sounds
to make
good.
sure
like
it
that.
works. All right. Could you hear that?
No, I couldn't hear a thing.
Oh shoot, I'm not sure what's going on with my computer. Okay, let me try.
Is it supposed to share your screen too? Because all I see is that sort of, I guess it's like a coil or a microphone or something like that. It kind of looks like your background image there or whatever.
Okay, let me try one other thing there. I'll try one thing.
The top, the head, or the tip of the pen. Spit it from within, get the shit off my chest.
How about that? Did you hear it that time?
That worked. Your screen shared properly and you could hear it.
Okay, how about we, do you want to play that song, or do you want to play the other song that no one got to hear, First to Arise?
Yeah, I don't know what our time frame is, but if you got time, you might as well start with the one that people didn't hear, and then we could play this one after.
Yeah, because I like that one. I think people should hear it.
Yeah, for sure. This other one's kind of a whole different style, so yeah, let's start with that first one, and we'll move on from there.
Okay, dope. I'm glad it's working now. All right.
Yeah, me too. That's awesome.
The first to arise may not have the thirst to survive. Maybe the first to have died. Maybe the curse is alive with no purpose, with no urge to go search for the light. Circle the earth my whole life, knowing I'm what is never birthed and is never gonna die. Never gonna die, never gonna die. Die. The first to arise may not have the thirst to survive. Maybe the first to have died. Maybe the curse is alive with no purpose, with no urge to go search for the light. Circle the earth my whole life, knowing I'm what is never birthed and is never gonna die. Never gonna die, never gonna die. Never gonna die. Watch the hours pass into days. Days turn weeks so fast, the decades pass by the time you realize the call out of the days. You've been hiding in a maze, you alive, even weaving through the maze of a life. Being put through the paces on a race so long, the finish line remains out of sight. One leg at a time, we take each step on our own road, pave the way, write our own page. Hit the dictionary on our own terms, to pick the definition, to explain how we define ourselves. To say in our own words, our own right to display the artwork, our own, created in a state divine, in a sacred moment, time and space, there's no place at all, and together as one grace and stasis, one love, never birth, never dies. One love, never birth, never dies. One love, one love, one love. The first to arise may not have the thirst to survive. Maybe the first to have died. Maybe the curse is alive with no purpose, with no urge to go search for the light. Circle the earth my whole life, knowing I'm what is never birthed and is never gonna die. Never gonna die, never gonna die. Die. The first to arise may not have the thirst to survive. Maybe the first to have died. Maybe the curse is alive with no purpose, with no urge to go search for the light. Circle the earth my whole life, knowing I'm what is never birthed and is never gonna die. Never gonna die, never gonna die. Never gonna die. Yeah, Billy Suede, you know how we do. R.I.P. to my dear father. Yeah, remembered for always and never forgotten. Forever we rockin'. even the last Pokemon out there would know if it's a Pikachu. Tell you to be careful, but nobody out there can know to tell you what exactly to prepare for. What the devil over there above your shoulder gonna expose and teach to you. Love is all you need, so I suppose it's as the saying goes. Want it done right, you gotta do it yourself. Like rolling solo lone wolf, 0070, mission impossible. Accomplish an improbable cause with no probable odds. Might seem slightly illogical to you, but I truly believe that we can all become unstoppable gods. And no amount of profit's gonna stop me, no matter how far they take it, no matter how hard they make it. Every bone could bruise or break, and the last thing I'd have to say is I won't ever be scarred. Let it be hard. The first to arise may not have the thirst to survive. Maybe the first to have died. Maybe the curse is alive with no purpose, with no urge to go search for the light. Circle the earth my whole life, knowing I'm what is never birthed and is never gonna die. Never gonna die. Never gonna die. Die. The first to arise may not have the thirst to survive. Maybe the first to have died. Maybe the curse is alive with no purpose, with no urge to go search for the light. Circle the earth my whole life, knowing I'm what is never birthed and is never gonna die. Never gonna die. Never gonna die. Never gonna die.
All right, we came in loud and clear that time. I hope everyone could hear it.
That was much better.
Yeah, all right, word. So we got like an hour. Usually I want to try this. So we still got 25 minutes. So we should have time to play your other two tracks. And let's just say what everyone's saying here. Can you hear or see everybody's comments on your phone, or is it really hard to read, Billy?
No, I can't. I don't think I can. Maybe if I scroll down. Oh, if I scroll down, yeah, I can't see the video then, but yeah, I can see the comments.
So Ben,
I think it only shows me the most recent two. Yeah.
Sean
says I can sort of see most of Ben's.
Okay. Actually, there's a feature here where I think turn the comment. Let me just try this here. I've never tried it, but it's supposed to be able to see the comments so everyone watching can.
Oh yeah, I got it there. They're popping up at the side there now. It's really small on my screen. You can see them. Yeah.
So Ben says, great to hear you again, man. Loving the setting here. Yeah. When the world is a whole lot more safe and you're back on Gabe, we got to catch up. Good luck out there, my friend.
Yeah, good to hear from him. He plays really sweet guitar, and he actually did. There's a couple songs. They never really got put out there, but a couple songs we were working on years ago that he did a bunch of. We took a bunch of his guitar samples and put them over the beat, and they were sounding quite sweet. So
nice
to hear from the band.
Yeah, it's sweet to collaborate with other artists, not just hip hop. So.
Yeah, exactly.
And I saw that you do some tracks with Rob the Viking there. That's dope because he's
no,
big.
I kind of I think I actually made a shout out at least in one of them, but I just kind of I heard that beat online, and like I said earlier, when I hear beats sometimes I just get super inspired, so I got kind of hung up on it for a couple days and wrote a lot of verses to it, and
really?
I just kind of unofficially use that beat, but it's just for promotional use. I'm not making money off of it. I'm not recording that, putting on an album or anything. It's just kind of like freestyling over a beat. So,
I
put it out there, and move on from there. But I don't really know Rob the Viking personally. He actually grew up on Gabriola. I know some of the older cats that grew up there that I'm friends with are really close with him, but personally, I've never even really met him. I don't think myself. So.
Oh, really? Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty big. If no one else knows, he did beats for Swollen Members, and some of their like #1 tracks were his beats, right?
Most of them, I believe. Yeah, he did quite a lot of at least for their first albums and stuff. He did quite a lot of their production.
Yeah.
He's kind of a local legend around here. So.
The one track that I remember is "Swollen Always Brings It Home." That's his beat, right?
Only, I think, was in that one.
Yeah. All right, and so maybe we'll hop into your next track on Instagram there, and then you can talk a little bit about it after. So thanks everybody tuning in. We had up to like 8 people watching live for a bit there, so it's been going up and down from anywhere from 4 to 8. Now it's at 5.
Yeah, I
people
think I
live.
even almost saw 9 on there at one point. But
Oh, really? Yeah, that's dope. This is cool because everyone can watch from YouTube to Periscope on Twitter and Facebook at the same time. So we have people from all different channels.
Multi-platform sort of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's check this next track out here, and hope you guys enjoy it.
Cloud King with a tarnished rep. When I'm stepping in the ring, I step in hard and I come in fresh. Bizarre at its friggin' best. I'm out of this world 9 times out of 10. Whether off the top, the head, or the tip of the pen. Spit it from within, get the shit off my chest. I've never been at my best quite like this before. If I do say so myself, I guess I've never been so out to lunch, yet I'm point like a sword's tip, piercing to the core. Now how's that for a double-edged blade? I'm sharp, call me razor's edge. Eagle lie up in the sky and I soar like a hawk. Call me laser lens, rock raw, never squawking like them other caged up chickens. Build, wake up at the crack of dawn like them roosters do, and then I go and get into rhythm. I go loop-de-loop. On the daily grind, gotta do my due. Been paying dues like it's tax time. Levels maxed out. I'm flying out your tweeters as trebles and woofers as the baseline. Out to bring some love back into the game. That's my aim, my main mission. That's my baseline. Suede no longer waste time. Every day take a hold, set the pace high as that solar disc in the sky which bestows us with daytime. Bill Suede, it's game time. Who is Dro? Bill Suede, ripping it up. You know the deal. For real, Bill Suede. Catch you on the next one. Till then, peace, yo.
All right, that was dope. So you just recorded that one last year. It said 2020.
Yeah, just last year. Don't really have much of a good backstory to go with that. It was just one of those verses. I started, the first few bars came to me, and by that point I realized, well, there's not really many directions I can go with this except for sort of a braggadocious track. So it's kind of a little more hard hitting, a little more kind of completely different style than the first one that I played. So kind of a good example there of some contrast. I go a lot of different directions at times. So that's
no doubt.
It's a little bit of background on that one.
And you did one track with ill lyrics, I heard the other day, like bonus track on
his
album.
You can play that one too. I don't know if you have that handy, but I forgot about it. That would have been a good one to link to you, actually. I guess I have recorded an actual track recently.
Yeah, that's a good one. So have you guys been friends a while, you and ill lyrics?
We grew up together on Gabriola. Yeah, that's one of the people I've been so busy with work, but that's one of the old cats that I'm trying to reconnect with more. It's like I say, we got together there, like you mentioned. That track was recorded last summer, I think at the end of last summer, and so I've been trying to get over there again and see him, but been sort of caught up in other things. And
because he's in Nanaimo, I guess, right?
Yeah, I mean, I go there, I commute there every day for work, but I'm pretty busy during the week, and then it seems like every weekend for the last while I've been dealing with one thing or another. So I'm hoping soon I'll have some time to actually connect with some people like that.
Yeah, no doubt. It's nice sometimes. Yeah, it's good to be in the same room with the other artists sometimes to connect and share ideas, right? Instead of always just online or.
Yeah, I actually haven't done a lot of making tracks with people online. So I guess that's kind of probably the new thing in this post-corona world, or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, it's definitely a better feeling when you do it face to face. And Ill Lyrics has a pretty good setup over there. He's got some decent equipment, and it's a nice area. Not too many neighbors. You can be a bit loud and stuff, so it's perfect for cooking up some goodies.
Yeah, no doubt. His mic sounds good because we just did a song together recently called Word, and his vocals sounded good.
Right on.
Yeah. So if you guys haven't heard Ill Lyrics Fly Melodies, I think his album was called, is a good album. And the last track, Billy's on there, so you guys can check that one out. And maybe at the end of the interview, I'll try to play that. But if I try to like search something, it might crash the PC,
Okay.
So I got to be careful.
Yeah, let's get through the interview first. And if there's time and it works out, to stick that one on there.
Yeah. Because there's only second one of these I've done. I'm still kind of figuring out the whole system, how it all works, but it seems to be doing well so far. So
right that's actually cool. This is only your second one, hey?
Yeah.
I
saw some other.
I always like being number 2 rather than the number 1, so that works out pretty good.
Yeah.
2 is actually one of my favorite numbers too. So.
Oh, really? Weird. Yeah, I see that people really feel and enjoy like connecting with the artist, hearing the backstory. Me personally, I'm the same way. Like once I like learn a bit about the artist and their history and their story, and when I listen to their music, I feel more like they're my friend, like instead of just some like picture or face you never like seen any video on. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You don't really have a clue who it is behind the music, right? Until you get a bit of that backstory or a bit of sort of behind the scenes. So.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so let's jump into this next song here, and then you can talk a bit about it. This is a full-length track, this third one, I think you posted.
Yeah, it's got kind of the beat kind of drops out to like a different sort of segment in the middle, and it sort of goes, there's no lyrics there for a few seconds, and then I come back in with the second verse. So just let it run, and it should work out good.
All right, dope. Let's check it out then. Cheers.
Human beings still asleep, it's time we awaken. We've long been deceived for decades, blindly putting our faith in. Engaged in this global system, fully immersed in the matrix. I aim to make the music a Morpheus, then bring it to the ears of the masses. Sending the rhythm of light, love, and laughter throughout your every orifice, with hopes to refill your resources, rekindle poor connections to source. I put forth the words of wit and wisdom, but it's up to each individual to find within them the courage to make the next leap, to take that step forward, to make that move toward truth and peace. Get engaged, find a way and gain support. These totalitarians no longer tiptoeing in, plan to constrain the world in chains, within a prison beyond anything ever envisioned before. It's ludicrous, man, it's got me ready and willing to do any and everything that I can to ensure that the plans will surely never succeed in the end. Even if it leaves me deceased and no longer breathing, I'm in it for life, and until the death I will fight for truth, freedom, justice, equality of opportunity, love, laughter, and light. One better know where they stand when the drama arrives. Will you be prepared to draw the line, to get up and stand for all humans' rights? I'll do everything I can to uphold the light and remain strong throughout even the coldest of nights. Humankind has been told a lie from the day we were born until the day that we die. We're molded into conformity, brought up under lockup in prison within the perception the system indoctrinated us with from the first day that we stepped into a kindergarten, and I'm sick of it. Matter of fact, I say it's time we align, come together as one and get on to alleviating this whole predicament. We literally could end all of this nonsense in a minute if we would just quit our bickering. We've been split and played off against one another for decades, again and again, by powers that shouldn't be, and I'm letting it be known that we infinite beings, far beyond limit. Our experience as a human, barely a smidge of it. We have all we need deep within, we are limitless. Body, mind, spirit, soul, frequency, resonance, immortal in essence. We are a portal toward the heavens, love, light, laughter. Keep moving forward into the second chapter.
Wow, that was really dope, man. I really like that one. The lyrics are totally
Right on.
conscious. Had a lot of
Yeah, that's one of my more recent ones that I did. I think just sort of towards the end of last year, and
nice.
that's a track that's sort of near and dear to my heart. Part of speaking my truth has sort of come at a very auspicious time, like what I was saying earlier, how I've sort of broken out of my shell and I'm being me. And right at the time that this whole coronavirus pandemic has descended on the world, and basically I have some strong feelings. I feel that regardless of what the whole backstory is or what take you have on it exactly, I feel that it's being exploited by now. And I feel like freedoms are being taken away, and our rights are on the chopping block more and more day by day. We're being driven into this sort of technocratic nightmare. So I feel very strongly about speaking up for it. And you know, I take some flack from some people. A lot of people tell me I'm crazy or a conspiracy theorist, or you know, I don't follow the science or whatever it is. But you know, a lot of people appreciate what I'm doing too, and so that sort of gets me through the days. But I feel passionately about it, so I've sort of incorporated that a lot into my music lately, and that's sort of one direction I've sort of been going more and more as things progress.
Yeah, I totally feel you on that level about like being indoctrinated at ever since preschool, elementary, and all the like sort of reality of illusion they try to put on us and tell us this is what reality is. You know, this structured box for our
They
mind.
tell you what's possible, what's not. You know, you're kind of, you are put in a box in a certain way, and what I see is a lot of segregation. They divide up science to such specialized, you know, aspects that everybody's so disconnected in a certain way, and they divide up the populace, pitting us against each other with whether it's by race or by, you know, class or whatever it is. And I just see time and time again all these things happening. And I'm one of the other big messages in my I'm going for is how we, you know, remember who you are. You know, we're infinite beings at our core, and we're, you know, love is all you need. That's really the truth, and I feel that strongly. And if we could just drop our differences and come together and you know, like never before, sort of thing, and really work together as a human race, as one, you know, because we're all the same. It doesn't matter where you come from or what your background is. At the essence, we're all it's all love, baby.
Yeah, that's dope that you came to understand that. Not everybody knows those important parts of life, right? So it's nice to hear that you. How did you find out about all this stuff yourself? Did you do it?
Well, like I said, I grew up in kind of a hippie-ish household. My parents were very spiritual people. They actually spent time at an ashram over in India. So I actually spent about a year over there when I was about 3 years old or 4 years old. And I've sort of strayed from it at times in my teenage years and stuff like that. But all the experiences I had just came back in spades to reinforce everything that I sort of grew up into, and that. So I've sort of strengthened my intuition and beliefs in it, and that's just something I really find is part of my essence and my core, and it's near and dear to my heart. So that's how I live my life, and I'm just trying to spread that to see if I can help other people too, because I see so much fear, especially since the pandemic hit, and I feel like that's the worst thing. There's nothing to be afraid of at the end of the day.
Yeah. That's awesome. I think that people really do need to hear that kind of knowledge more. And as an MC, you can totally help share that with people. And
that's exactly how I feel, right? I watch a lot of stuff online and stuff, and I always feel like, wow, I wish I could go out and like make new stuff and interview people and really, you know, promote it. And I'm sure I could, but it's not really my passion. And that's where I realized, you know, you can do that with your passion. You know, the music is a great way to get, it's not sometimes even a better way to get a message out, because people don't, you know, a lot of people gravitate away from sort of more complex news and stuff like that, but you can really have a powerful message. Like look at what John Lennon did and stuff with some of his songs like Imagine, and, you know, very powerful stuff. And that's just coming at it from the musical perspective. So I feel that I have a shot at making contributing my part and making a difference where I can through my music.
Yeah, for sure. A lot of people, they really like when they're alone and they're walking, smoking a J or whatever, like on a nice, by the beach or something, listening to the headphones, they're really connecting with that music. I know I was like as a teenager, right? Like really listening to every word and trying to soak it all in, right? So
that's kind of what I was getting at earlier when I was making the contrast comparison between, you know, it's a different experience when you listen on headphones. And exactly like you say, you know, you're out for a stroll or something like that, you're by yourself even, and you can really get into it. And
yeah.
I was actually listening to some of my tracks recently that I had on, or some of the stuff I had on Instagram through headphones for the first time, really. And it was a totally different, it really it brought a big smile to my face. It was a totally different experience. And totally different. You can hear it at a whole other depth, a whole other level. Yeah,
for sure. So let me just copy those links you sent me, and I'll post them in the main chat for your YouTube channel.
I just seem to have a private chat on mine popped up, so I guess copy and paste those.
Okay.
Everyone else can tune in.
So that's the YouTube channel there. You guys can see that one, and this is Billy's SoundCloud here. And also later, if you check this out, the replay on either Facebook or YouTube, all these links will be in the description too. So a huge reconnection, showing love there. Is that someone you know? Huge reconnection on YouTube? Or Billy, do you know that person or just somebody watching?
Not off the top of my head, no. Huge reconnection. Yeah. No.
Yeah, that's dope.
I apologize to them if I should know who that is, but not coming to mind.
So we still got 6 people watching live. That's cool. And so let's try to jump into that last song with ill lyrics there and see if it works. And
sure.
And then we can kind of come back and just wrap it up there.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, cool.
Check. I just wanna roll with you. I just wanna smoke with you. Girl, you could be my only boo, not number 2. I just wanna roll with you. I just wanna smoke with you. Girl, you could be my only boo. You know it's true. I just wanna roll with you. I just wanna smoke with you. Girl, you could be my only boo, not number 2. I just wanna roll with you. I just wanna smoke with you. Girl, you could be my only boo. You know it's true.
I could never forget the first moment we met a long way down Spruceton Road by the riverside. You and I both had just arrived at the wrong party when the worlds collided. You were a dark-skinned goddess who caught my eye. Didn't know I had any prospects of staying by your side, yet I felt deep inside, I had to try. This kind of opportunity only arrives once in a lifetime. So regardless what the chances, I'm taking mine. Little did I know just yet what would take place on Sunday night. Girl, I know you're really busy with life. I know you ain't living in the same city as I. Don't know if you feel the same way as I. Yet deep down in the end, hope it's you by my side.
When I first met her up on Tinder, there was a fire, felt it burning. Before I knew it, I was up in her, felt like a winner, buzzing like a bumblebee. She always gave me these vibes every time we went for a ride. Rolling on the passenger side, hair blowing in the wind, sunglasses on, that summer breeze, I'm flowing on again. She holding on to my hand, Every time we walk and it's 4 a.m. and we can't stop talking. All in my mind every day, more than often, don't ever go away. Hey, I just wanna roll with you, I just wanna smoke with you. Girl, you could be my only boo, not number two. I just wanna roll with you, I just wanna smoke with you. Girl, you could be my only boo, you know it's true. I just wanna roll with you, I just wanna smoke with you. Girl, you could be my only boo, not number two. I just wanna roll with you, I just wanna smoke with you. Girl, you could be my only boo, you know it's true. Yo, what's going on?
Not too much, buddy. What you saying?
Oh, not much, you know, just enjoying summer. I met this new girl, man. She's amazing, though. Like, wow.
Right on.
How about you? Any new girls in your life?
Yeah, you know, I met a few over the summer, but there's really only one that's standing out in my mind. And she's pretty dope, you know? You know?
I just wanna roll with you, I just wanna smoke with you. Girl, you could be my only boo, not number two. I just wanna roll with you, I just wanna smoke with you. Girl, you could be my only boo, you know it's true. I just wanna roll with you, I just wanna smoke with you. Girl, you could be my only boo, not number two. I just wanna roll with you, I just wanna smoke with you. Girl, you could be my only boo, you know it's true.
All right, all right. Did it work? Do you hear it loud and clear?
Oh yeah, loud and clear.
Yeah, dope. That's a good song. I like that one. Nice
For
vibe
sure.
on that. Sounds like you guys had fun recording that one.
Yeah, we did. It was the first time we'd seen each other in like a couple of years at least, and we just sort of were hanging out. It was a little bit, didn't really know where to go with it at first, and then we're like, maybe we should just do a track, and we just got right into it and had a great night. And I think he cooked me dinner in the end, and I got some
Nice,
brews and
nice.
stuff, and yeah, it was a good time. There's actually I made a little video for it. It's not professional. It's just with my phone camera, but I made a
Oh,
little
yeah?
video along with it. It's on my Instagram if people want to check that out. You'd have to scroll through the feed to find it, but it's kind of interesting, I guess, just in the sense you were talking about earlier. If people like a little backstory, I mean, you can see us in the studio there and kind of goofing
Oh,
around.
Yeah, yeah. I'll check it out
Spitting some
myself.
bars on the mic and stuff. So
Yeah, nice, nice. So actually, I want to let everybody know that you're actually in Coombs now. I put Gabriola Island on the poster, but you're living in Coombs, I guess you said, right?
yeah, I'm living up in Coombs. I still I got a lot of family over on Gabriola and some friends over there still. It's always going to be home in my heart, but I'm enjoying living over on the Big Island now. There's more opportunities over here for work, and got a steady job and stuff like that. It's a little bit hard to get by year round on Gabriola, so
Yeah, yeah, I know. It's like on a small island for sure.
Yeah.
But it's nice to go back to once in a while, like a little retreat.
Yeah.
From
I go
everything.
back probably once every week or two on average or something like that. So go for a little
Nice.
visit to my mom and
Cool, yeah. It's probably nice in the summer.
oh yeah,
Nice.
it's great in the summer.
Yeah, cool, cool. Yeah. Okay, man. Well, I think we should end it now. It's been about an hour. I think that's a good length for everybody out there. Any final words to wrap everything up that you want to say?
No, I just wanted to give a big shout out to you and the whole of Ocean Fresh Productions for having me on. And I think what you're doing is great. A lot of the struggle, I think, independent, sort of underground, unknown artists like us face is how to get out there, how to get the word out, how to get known. So I think programs like this are a great thing for that. And
Yeah, thank you.
the opportunity to come on here. And in terms of to any fans or anyone else out there, yeah, just check out the links in the description. And I try and keep posting stuff fairly regularly. Sometimes I have little lulls if I'm busy with stuff that's happening in my own life, but my Instagram stays pretty current. So definitely tune in there. And yeah, Love and light to everyone.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Billy. I'll definitely follow and check out your newest stuff myself. So I hope everyone else too watching does. And stay connected, everybody, and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Peace.
Peace.